Welcome to another Big Ego podcast. Got another special guest today. I don't know if I say Narst, Lil Nasty.
Call me Hungry Season.
Hungry Season. There you go.
Mr.
There you
Hungry
go.
Season.
Okay, so before we start, how's your journey?
My journey here.
Yep.
It was good, man. I found it easy, man. Saturn brought me straight here.
You know what? Because sometimes people always seem to go around the back for some reason. You find that you use at the front, so brilliant. Yeah. So, I mean, we always start this way. Like, where are you from? Where's your background? Where'd you grow up?
I'm from Plaistow, grew up in Newham, same area, E13 to be precise, and that's where it all started for me, really. Obviously, from a musical background, my family, I was born into the music, and since then I've just been in and out of it. But recently, I've been going hard, sticking to it, staying consistent. I got an album dropping on the 18th of March. Which has got like a few top like elite artists on there as well. That I think it's a highly anticipated album right now as well. I think a lot of people are talking about it. So I started in the hood, and obviously, man, just trying to take this thing global. You know what I'm saying?
So in terms of your kind of family upbringing, what was the household? Was it mum and dad? All siblings together?
I never come from a broken home. My mum and dad are still married to this day.
That's great.
For my whole life. Older big bro was a madman growing up, you get me? So I was introduced to certain things from a young age. I've seen a lot growing up, you get me? Things that I wasn't supposed to really be seeing, and things are. So I kind of landed into the street like quite young, you get what I'm saying?
In terms of like your big brother, we can say who he is, right? Marcus Nasty, someone that's kind of really known in terms of just the grime industry and things like that. I mean, I had an interview with my older brother recently, and I said, you know what? Whatever you would have been, I would have followed suit. Do you kind of find the same with your older brother? Like what he would have been into if, say, he was a doctor, that you'd have followed suit?
Yeah, 100%. Surely, yeah, I definitely looked up to Big Bro. Growing up, you know what I'm saying? Like he had a strong influence on me, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And in terms of music at the time, because I guess for me, East London was the home of grime,
right?
Or even, I mean, when would you say that transition went from garage to grime? When would you say that happened?
I'd say that was to do with like around the time when it was from Wiley doing like, what do you call it? You know, when it was like, what do you call it, urban and all the them things there. But the transition for me, obviously, my big bro Mac 10, like he used to DJ, innit? He still is a DJ, but it's like. I witnessed the whole of that Nasty crew on the come up. You get what I'm saying? So that's where I was introduced to grime from the beginning of Nasty Crew days, which was Deja Vu 923. So that's when it all started for me, the grime.
And in regards to sort of Nasty Crew, and a lot of these young people grow up now and they will know, okay, maybe they might know Kano, and like, do you think people pay enough homage to the people that laid the foundation? Because no one really talks about Nasty Crew. They might say, oh yeah, So Solid. We weren't really grime, I guess. It was more sort of the garage vibe.
You know, I'll be honest with you, Bob, you know what it is? Like, because there was a lot of, there was controversy and politics that happened within the group.
Yeah.
And obviously, certain men, I felt like, were renegades towards the come up. Like Marcus obviously created something like a massive platform group of artists that got so big, and people, turned their back on it almost. Do you get what I'm saying?
At that time, was you thinking, was brother saying that you jump on this music thing as well, or was you not really looking at that?
No, I was a DJ, innit? Yeah. Obviously, I came in the game, I was a DJ, and then I always wanted to rap though, to be honest with you, but I never had the confidence in it. I was like, I used to write bars and that, but I couldn't come out and spit them. So I used to give them to like my artists that used to MC for me as a DJ. Yeah. And then obviously my younger brother Criminal started rapping, barring whatever, and I thought, no, I got to get behind this. So I just started spitting with him. Yeah. And then that's when Little Nasty was born.
So in regards to, I guess, the movement of the time, was you kind of seeing how big they were becoming as Nasty Crew? Was you thinking that, right, there's actually money in this? Because before, no one's really making the money there is now.
Nah.
Was it more about, I'm trying to ask, was it more kind of a hobby? Like everyone just like, you know what,
It wasn't a hobby, it was a passion. It was really man's lifestyle.
Okay.
Man was really about this grind life. Because it's like, cool. if you wasn't on radio, you was doing sets, or you was in the studio making dub plates or making tunes. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't even like it was a hobby. It was like, that's why the elite ones who are the GOATs of our generation now, that's why they're the GOATs, because at the time you couldn't be like that big unless you had a passion for this thing. Like if you just thought, oh yeah, I'll just go radio, go home and listen to it, and that's it, you weren't gonna get to that level. These men who, like you're saying, at that time, there wasn't like no internet. Imagine being on the radio and you're spitting into a microphone and you don't know who the fuck's listening. You got a got a phone, and you're telling them, yeah, like if you want to shout out, type like text the number. So you'll be like, it's Tracy from like Cardiff will be like, yeah, we're locked in. And then you big them up. So you don't really know who's locked in unless they come through the phone. So it's like that passion there, it can't be beat. You get what I'm saying? So it comes from a place of real like input. You get what I'm saying?
And I mean, this aside from the music, let's talk just about Newham, because I was going to Newham from a kid. Obviously, I got half brothers and half sisters who lived in Cannon Town area, and I remember Newham being a place that where I'm in Cannon Town, I walk a couple of minutes, I'm in Plaistow, go to Custom House, go to Beckton, and what do you think is the difference now compared to how it was you growing up?
What, for in the end?
Yeah, just in general.
Plaistow and that.
Did you feel that as a young person you were safer?
No, I definitely weren't safer, because obviously we was always like in the streets of the streets, innit? If you're on badness, you can expect badness to come your way too. You get what I'm saying? So man was always aware of that. But in terms of like the gang shit and all that, when man was them times there, when the gang, like when we was doing Green Gate and all of that, we weren't really beefing with like other man from Newham. Do you see what I'm saying? We were just repping our ends. But now you got the younger generation, they're beefing each other. You see what I'm saying? Like man the generation after me, that was all the Custom Mass and CG lot. That's like that was them, man. Us lot, the olders, we all got along. Yeah. It was so mad, like even like to the point where if I go check my brethren in Canning Town, like his youngers would be there, but they're looking at me funny. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, if he wasn't there, they would probably want to set it on, man. So do you see what I'm saying? Because that's just how it was, innit? Like I was the older for my side. So if I'm coming over there to check my guy, and you'll see them, innit? But they can't do that really, you get me?
So just again, on the music thing, was it always grime, or would you, because now I see that you're more doing kind of rap as well.
Yeah.
So them times, was rap a thing for you at all or not?
No, not really. I was doing grime, strictly grime. Yeah. It's only now, because obviously, man, I don't really like put grime on in my car, but grime's still lit. Obviously, like I enjoy making grime, but personally, when it's time for me to take in music, I won't put it on in my car. So I'll make music that I can listen to for myself as well now, rather than just feeding people music that I know they want. I try to make music for a bit of everyone now.
I mean, what do you think happened to grime? Is it just that people have got older, moved on? And I say that to say, because people have not got older, moved on from hip hop or rap, and that's still there. Not. So what is it? Because it's a culture that's really led the use of I mean, it's made prominent from your Dizzies to your Rileys to your, it's made people prominent to this day.
Yeah.
Why do you think that sound, and people all try to kind of bring it back, but it's not hitting it still has its own fans, right?
With grime,
with
grime, you have to be sick. Like you have to be a dope MC. Like I don't think anyone can just cut through and buzz on grime half-heartedly. Like you have to be an originator, or like your bars have to connect with the people in a way that makes them look at you and feel like you're an elite. Other than that, I don't think because a lot of artists, they're like, I'm not trying to say no names, but I think a lot of grime guys, they're like just set, like radio set or set rappers. They can't go and make a banger that's gonna just shut down clubs. Do you see what I'm saying? Like we man have to understand, we're living in a time now where we're past that stage of just going on radio and shelling. We want give the people a song that's gonna hit and resonate with the people. You see what I'm saying? And I think if you can't do that, then it's gonna be difficult for you coming up as a grime MC. Do you get what I'm saying? But grime is definitely still alive. It's just only a selective people are gonna get blessed from it. You get me? Like even in the time of grime, you could probably count the amount of people that actually made money from it on two hands. Out of all of the grime MCs, there's probably only about, you get me, at max 10 man that could say they actually made a difference in their life with the money they made. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's just how it goes.
And if you're looking at a grime now, then, and now looking at a drill now, do you see the similarities in regards to, I guess, the tempo, but also just that how, because like I said, back in the day, everyone was doing grime, although no one was respected unless you was from East London, from Newham. But everyone would, I mean, people wouldn't admit it, but in South London, in West London, everyone was actually doing grime. Do you see the similarities between that sort of whole come up of people doing that to what the young people are doing now in drill?
I think drill is basically the modern grime, but now they just wear balaclavas, and obviously it's more exposed, isn't it? Like a lot of people are on the internet glorifying the mad thing more. Do you get what I'm saying? But I think it's all, there's not much difference really. There's not much difference, I don't think. You get me?
Is that a thing that is an angle that you would look to divert to, or do a few drill tunes and things like that as well?
I've got drill tunes on my tape, Hungry Season. I've got a drill tune on there. You see what I'm saying? I've got a drill tune on.
Is it, I mean, because I've had people come on here before that said, nah, you know what? I don't really want to jump on the drill thing because that's a young man thing. Like other people say, you know what, you have to adapt. So you're on a more, you have to adapt.
I mean, people would like to, I would be selfish not to give them something on drill because like my thing on drill can sound wavy and sound hard. So I would want to do that for them. And just like, I'm not going to become a drill artist. No, but I'll make a couple drill songs and give them, if it bangs, it bangs. You see what I'm saying?
In terms of your own kind of consistency, because you are someone that's been in the game for a good long time. Was there issues of where you wasn't as consistent as you're trying to be now?
100%. Like there was a time I cut music off completely. I went off, I just done my own thing. And I just pressed pause on the whole industry. Like in terms of, I was selling merchandise, I was so dedicated. Like I've been dedicated how I am now, but when I was prior, I stopped and left a massive gap for whatever reason. But it's like, I was, at one point I recorded 2 tapes, like back to back on my own in the studio. Like I'm telling you, like, so the engineer booth, the system and everything is on the outside. I'm walking into the booth, I'm having to press it, walk in the booth, record, I'm freestyling, walking out, pressing stop, listening to it.
All by yourself?
I'm going all by myself. I'm renting out the studio like for days on end. You see what I'm saying? And I'm just in there on my own, active. And that's how busy I was at one point. But then obviously, you know, like life takes over. You get what I'm saying? Certain things in life happen. You have kids or whatever. You turn your focus to other things. But I've come back now, and the music always calls me. No matter what I do, the music's always like, it's just there, innit? It's on the radio. You hear artists that you know on the radio and you're like, nah, like this is what I need to be doing. I shouldn't be stacking boxes or doing this and that. Man, this is where it's at. So it's almost like this voice in your head telling you, go to work, go hard, give the people.
I was gonna say, that's the point I was gonna make, is that what made you decide, you know what, I've taken a hiatus, I'm not really involved. Is it now you're seeing that, right, actually, this is life-changing people's lifestyles right now. Actually, and do you think had you been consistent, you would have been
I would have been gone right now.
I
would have been gone right now. I swear to God, I would have been gone right now. Because the consistency is key, innit? It's like dedication is the key to elevation. You get me? Like facts. Like the most important thing, if you're dedicated to anything, bro, eventually you're gonna elevate. Even if it's not where you need to be, it's gonna take you further than where you was. And in God's will, opportunities will rise and you capitalize on them and take yourself further. You see what I'm saying? It's all about opportunities and and dedication for me, man. Like that's what I'm on right now.
I'm gonna say, so what do you think gonna be what's that driving force now? What's making you so dedicated? I mean, it's called Hunger Season.
Hungry Season. I've lost my bro passed away. You see what I'm saying?
How long ago was that now?
Bro died in 2016, 17. Yeah. One of them two. You get what I'm saying? So there's pain there. There's you know, I've got family. I've got passion. And I enjoy making music, you know? Like, first and foremost, I love the music. So people might look at me and be like, oh, he's trying to blow. No, I'm not. I'm actually just staying active and enjoying, making money from enjoying what I do, innit? Because that's what life is, you get what I'm saying? I've put myself in situations that wasn't for me, and I felt like I'm forcing my life. You see what I'm saying? That's not what life is. I'd rather do this and enjoy myself, and you get what I'm saying, and do what I enjoy, make life about what you enjoy doing, rather than working for someone else who could just kick you out when they please and then just replace you, and then you're just a number. No, I'm not a number, bro. I'm somebody. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna make the most of what I've got.
I mean, it is a sensitive subject. You just mentioned your brother there, and he was someone that was, I guess, when you look at the chips and that same come up, he was someone that where he was getting a lot of attention. He should have been kind of the next up. Do you feel that with him, with Griminal?
Griminal was there, man. He was ahead of his time, though. Griminal was like, he's a GOAT, forever will be a GOAT. He's like ahead of his time, you see what I'm saying? So and he looked older than he was. So when he was coming through and busting up the place, he was like 17, 16. But he's tall, you get me? He looks older. So people are taking him for like, he's like a whole adult, but these times he was young. So by the time Griminal got signed and shit, I think cut a deal with Universal. And then obviously this was around the time when everyone was doing pop. Like the grime went quiet. All of the top guys with Skeppy, Chip, they all doing like wearing my Rolexes and Chip did it, whatever. So obviously when he got signed, they took him to that place. And I think that's where things got a bit complicated because he's dropped the tune, obviously it done 1 million views. At the time, 1 million views was elite. You see what I'm saying? It was elite at them times. No one was doing that. So yeah, we got the views, and the girls obviously was his core interest at the time. But it's like, this is what I'm saying again. It's like they took him out of his comfort zone to bring him over there. And yeah, it might have worked in the beginning, but in the end, it wasn't. Looking back at things, I don't feel like that was probably the right move. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And I mean, soon after the deal, did he stay consistent? Because I'd be unaware. I was in jail at the time. So
there was a hold in it. Like obviously, people go through things in life. You see what I'm saying? Things happen, but yeah, that was it. I think he just dropped that one song called Invincible.
Yeah.
You get me?
And I was playing it today, and my missus was like, "Oh, I remember this song on Channel U days and back in the day as well." So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He done his thing, bruv, 100%, man. We got Griminal.
Because he was, like I said, he was someone that where I understand was, for me, same level as Chip, to be fair, and that same sort of come up. So
yeah, him a big up Chip as well. You get me? Them two like done a lot for the scene. You see what I'm saying? They done a lot for the scene. Them two. Like obviously there was when someone's like on that certain level, when you're coming at the same time as you, around that time as well, they was around the same age, had the same audience. So it's like organically your audience is gonna put you against each other. You see what I'm saying? So they just they run into each other a couple of times, had done their thing, but it was all for the culture and all for the love. So it's never been nothing other than that, really. Them two.
In terms of, like you said, they made him have to go and do pop to sort of, now people are staying within their lane and doing what they want to do, and they're getting that same attention. But in the same essence, have you noticed that drill, it is kind of changing and being a little bit more popish? Because if you see like the Central Seas and the...
Not really. If you look at, what's his name? Russ Millions. Yeah. If you look at when he come Gunling, if you look at that video, that's pop. That he's doing pop. Like, so I'm not sure who's behind him, if it's him, but very clever. You see what I'm saying? Very clever, and it speaks itself. Because if you look, all of these men run around talking about who's the king of drill, but I'm gonna tell you it's Russ, because no one's done what he's done. You see what I'm saying? He's the one who can create, you know, a new wave of music that's fun, but still talking. They're still from the streets. It's still valid, but it's fun.
Yeah,
it's enjoyable. You see what I'm saying? The kids like it. So yeah, I'm gonna give that title to him and say that when it comes to drill, that yeah, my man done it right. You get me? It's not pop, but it's just popular. You get what I'm saying? People get it mixed up. Pop just stands for popular music. You see what I'm saying? So that's why drill right now could be pop, because that's what's popping. You get what I'm saying? So
let me put it this way then. So saying Russ is the king of drill.
Yeah.
Who was the king of grime?
Me.
Yeah.
Hungry Season. The king of grime. The king of grime is D-double-E. You hear me? D-double-E is the king of grime.
Why did you choose him?
Because he's the originator, bro. He's the originator. His style, he stayed true to the thing as well. He hasn't switched up. D-double is him through and through.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's my favourite MC from when I was a kid as well. Like, when I'm telling you, no one knew what this man looked like when we was growing up, when I was in school. So it was easy to say you was D-double-E. I knew all his bars. So when I'm sitting in the corridors and I'm spitting about, think you're a big boy because you got a bit. Man are going sick, like they believe me. And plus I'm nasty anyway.
Yeah.
So it just all fell into place. So I'm getting pom-pom on the strength of D-double-E's bars. You get what I'm saying? I'm getting pom-pom, bro. I'm turned. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, so D-double's the king. Got me some Nani and that growing up. And yeah, bro, other than that, it's just bars are sick, flows, everything. Longevity as well. I feel like only now he's starting to get his flowers. You see what I'm saying? People are working with him. He's not a beg as well, D-double. You get me? Don't go to other people for things. Like I'm clocking people are using him now for his thing. You see what I'm saying? I see these things, but that's another story anyway.
Yeah. So with the tape coming out, what made you decide to bring it out now and not maybe like a year from now? Or what's important about 2022 for you?
I work with the powers, bro. Yeah. I work with the powers. I've just been like, since I came back with the music, I've just been throwing out singles. And then I thought, you know what? Switch it up. Let me it's time to like put a body of work together. You get what I'm saying? So I thought, cool. What am I gonna call this bitch? You get what I'm saying? What should I call it? I said, you know what? Because the way Hungry Season was branded, it had the hood, that was my thing that got me, that would people remember me by, Hungry Season. So I thought, let me just do the sequel. Yeah. So the brand and the name itself, I've put that out there and it's got a lot of interest. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like people forget who you are. Yeah. So it's almost, I feel like it's a reminder of like, rah, he's still here. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So it's like a wake up call. So I dropped it now. And the reason I'm bringing it out now is because I'm just in my bag right now, man. I'm just active, I'm hungry. Like, if there's music, if there's an opportunity for music, I'm there. I ain't missing out on nothing. I'm working all the time. I'm in the lab. So I just thought, yeah, let me pull it out. And I set the date for the 18th of March. Yeah. And I'm doing a listening party in Box Park for that as well. Okay. On the 22nd of February. Okay.
So what would you say is the difference between the development of your sort of lyrics then to now? Because as we get older, life happens, we can't really gangbang anymore sort of thing. So how do you kind of change it with having to stay kind of true to yourself as well? Because you kind of have to give people what they want to hear. Yeah. They don't want to hear, okay, yeah, I'm just a family man too as well. So.
It's a real question. That's a real question, because it is a real challenge. Like a lot of times I'm in the booth, right? And I'll delete some of the shit I'm saying because I'm like, nah, this ain't it. And plus the way my creative process is, I don't write lyrics. So it's easy for me to say some shit. But then I'll say it and I'll take it home, go back and I'm like, no, I'm gonna put it in a better perspective. So it's less false or less crazy to how I'm living. You see what I'm saying? So I try to find a balance in talking about go into the booth with a positive mindset.
Yeah.
Because if you go in the booth with a negative mindset, 9 out of 10 you're gonna talk some shit that some shit that you really don't really want to. You see what I'm saying? So I try to go in there positive, find concepts about reality that I'm living, my kids, how I felt about certain situations coming up, or even like with working hard. I focus a lot of that on like losses and wins and things like that. I try to push that message through my music as well.
In terms of the how many songs have got on the album?
On the album I got 16 songs. Big up everyone that's on there as well. I've been blessed,
Who's looked after you?
I've been blessed. I'll be real, Bobby. Listen, I got some goats on there, elite goats. Dirty Goods is on there.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, that's a man who don't come out for anyone. See what I'm saying? I got DW of course on there. I got Criminal on there. I got an up and coming artist from East London called Armour on there.
Okay. I know Armour. Armour was my first ever. It was my first ever face-to-face interview.
Okay.
I was doing interviews with people on Instagram Live, and then I remember Armour being posted on Made You Think. I was like, "Right, this guy, let me follow him," and it just came out of jail at the time. So big up Armour, man.
Big up Armour. I like what he's doing.
And he's very Stretch brand as well. Stretch.
Big up Stretch. I like what Armour's doing with like being real to himself. You get me? He's saying these things nerdy, and you get me? He's just living by that and being cheeky, which is cool. Who else is on the tape? We've got President T. I'm not sure if I mentioned him. Who else is on there? Big up Cheese as well, and Torture. I own an artist development company.
Yeah. That's what I was just going to ask you now as well, because like, obviously your older brother Marcus Nasty started Nasty Crew, got a group of young people in the area and kind of put them on.
Yeah.
Now, we know how sort of Newham is. A lot of young kids who are disenfranchised with life, they're getting involved in certain situations. Is there a thing that where you might now get a collective of the young people in the Plaster area, in the kind of area, and say, you know what? Let's start managing these artists and try to put them on there. Is that something that you're looking to do? I'm
not really trying to go down that route, to be honest. Not yet anyway. But what I will do, because I'm active and I'm working hard, what I can do is give them an opportunity. You see what I'm saying? Through what I'm doing. So i.e., if I'm doing a headline show, I'll say, listen, like whoever's buzzing in the hood, you can bring me out. You see what I'm saying? Or you can come after my set and shut it down. You see what I'm saying? Like those opportunities is where I'm at right now for artists, giving them that kind of platform. There's like, I was chatting to my guys from the ends today from Plaster. Big up Really Reels and Shiftworks, you get me? I'm doing a listening party on the 22nd in Box Park, so I've told them, man, they can bring me out. You see what I'm saying? So things like that, I'm willing to help, man. But in terms of taking on your work, I haven't got the time for it right now. You get me? Unless a man put a team in place. But right now, as you can see, I'm working on what I'm doing. Do you see what I'm saying? So,
finally, if you had to describe, I guess, Newham as one place, what would you call it?
The jungle.
The jungle. Any last words for your people out there, the fans? Also, we know the tape's dropping the 18th of March. Any other things you want to get out there?
Yeah. Big up, Bobby. Thanks for having me first and foremost. I appreciate you as well. Criminal's not dead, people.
People want to get onto me. They're like, Bobby, what kind of journey? But I was so surprised. I'm going to put him on blast. I'm going to put him on blast, right?
Yeah.
So, obviously, you was coming on. And I know a little bit about you, but I don't know too much, right?
Yeah.
So, I've called Els. You know Els from Canning Town, Big Els.
Big Els, probably by face.
Yeah, you put it on face. I called Els. Yo, Els. I got Narst coming on the show. I want to ask him certain different things. I know a little bit. He's a cool guy. This, that. Obviously, he had the situation where his younger brother passed. I'm like, Criminal. He's like, yeah. I was like, literally,
he said it wrong. Yeah, he said it wrong.
Yeah, so that's where I thought.
Nico, it's Nico Ramsey.
Okay,
that's
man.
who passed away. Never forgotten. You get me?
R.I.P. Nico, man.
That's bro for life.
Yeah.
But in terms of like people where you can find me, listen, I've got a website for any artists, who are up and coming. I've got services there. I've got a team there. It's not a management company. We sell packages that can help you further your career. If you're interested, all you have to do is look us up on Instagram, which is at Can't Dodge the Smoke. You know, spelled Can't Dodge the Smoke normal, or on the website cdtsmoke.com. Yeah, man, and you can find everything you're looking for there plus more. And yeah, that's me, man. Hungry Season out the 18th of March. Peace.
Yeah, big up, man.
Love you.